Getting straight into the action here, there's a couple limpers and I look down at queen 9 in the small blind. For $2 more, I decide to limp along and the big blind checks. We see a flop 5 ways that comes queen high. I check it and it checks to the cutoff, who now bets $10. The button calls and I like to make the call as well. We see a turn card of a blank and now the cutoff bets $25. The button folds and I decide to make the call. The river's another blank. I check it, looking to just get to showdown, and he checks it back. I show my hand expecting to be good, and unfortunately he shows queen 10. Here in middle position, we pick up pocket 6s. I make it 10 to go and only get a call from the guy to my right. We see a flop heads up that comes jack 9-8. Not a really good flop for me, but when he checks it to me, I like to bet here for $15, looking to buy the pot now. He makes the call, and we see a turn card of an ace. He checks it to me again, and he looks pretty interested in the pot. I don't think he's going to fold to another bet, so I just decide to check it back. The river's a king, and now he bets out for $25, and I just make the fold. It was just one of those sessions where I kept getting dealt pairs. I just couldn't really connect with the board. For example, here I have pocket 7s. I make it 15 to go, and we get one call. We see a flop heads up that comes queen 8-5 with 2 hearts. I throw out a c-bet of $20, and he ends up calling. The turn comes a 3 and it ends up going check check. The river's a third heart, and when I check it to him, he bets pretty big to about $40 and I just make the fold. This hand was so poorly played, but fortunately it wasn't a big pot. I have pocket jacks under the gun and I make it 15 to go. We only get a call from the big blind and we see a flop heads up that comes king high. He checks it to me and I think I was just annoyed that that king was there, so I checked it back, but I think a bet there is fine. The turn comes an ace, and now he bets $15. And yeah, this should be an easy fold, right? For some reason I called. I have no idea why I did this. I guess I thought I was under-repping my hand. The river comes a blank, and he bets $15 again. Thinking it over, I mean, he's clearly not afraid of that ace. It most likely helped him. And thinking it over, I was really close to folding, but for some reason I thought, oh, it's only $15, I'm getting a great price. So I made a poor decision, I ended up calling, and of course he showed ace 4 and took it down. So here we pick up ace queen. I noticed a lot of the people at the table were calling bigger raises, even if they didn't have the best hand. So I make it 20 to go here, and we get one call. We see a flop heads up that comes jack high with 1 diamond. He checks it to me, and I like to check it back here. The turn comes a 10, and now he leads out for about $40. With 2 overs and a gut shot to Broadway, I don't have a ton of equity, and with this bet size, it's pretty much either an all-in or a fold, and after thinking for a bit, I decide to fold and find a better spot. So here in the big blind, we look down at ace-king. There's 3 limps to me, and I'm going to use a bigger sizing again, and I make it 20 to go. All 3 limpers decide to call, so we're going to a flop 4 ways. My thought here is any ace high or king high board, I'm probably going all in because I only have about 100 behind. But unfortunately, the flop comes queen high with 2 spades. I check it and it actually checks through. The turn actually comes a 3rd spade though, and there's a bet and a raise, so I have to fold. With about $75 in my stack, I look down at ace 4 of hearts on the button. There's a couple limpers to me. I think about raising, but I like to limp, and the small blind and big blind limp as well. We see a flop multi-way that comes ace jack 5 with 2 clubs. The small blind bets $10, there's 1 call, and it folds all the way to me. I was so close to folding this hand, but for some reason, I was just so happy to finally make top pair this session that thinking it over, I was thinking that maybe the small blind and the big blind had some type of draw, maybe some type of club draw. And looking back, just my forward never plays. It's such a bad kicker with the ace. But on tilt, for some reason, I decide to go all in, and the small blind calls. And we see a run out heads up, but unfortunately, it doesn't even matter because the small blind shows ace 5 for a flop 2 pair. And after losing the rest of my stack, it was time to head out. Well, that was embarrassing. So in for 300, out for 0 for a profit of minus 300. This brings our 13 episode total to 1061. I'm going to put a graph on the screen just showing my past 13 sessions. And just so you know, whether I win or lose, I make a vlog out of it. So this is pretty much my total since November. If you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.